On my raw vegan journey, I've noticed that people around me don't enjoy fruits the way I do. When you first try this lifestyle, you are exposed to a different kind of thinking. It's like a mindset shift of how you see and what you see as food, what you consider fuel for your body. And it's interesting because on raw vegan groups and forums, people are having a heavenly experience with the fruits they eat, but people outside don't understand it. And I started asking in my head, like, why can't people see how amazing these fruits taste and how you can just eat them all day? But what I took for granted with this question is the process I had to go through. So here are the 5 things that make such a difference in the experience with fruits that I needed to go through. First of all, people don't know what real fruits taste like. I'll explain. So when I first learned about this lifestyle, I remember first week I went to the grocery store to buy fruits, and what you usually find in the grocery store is bananas, apples and pears. In rare occasions they might have some additional fruits, but overall these 3 types are found in almost every grocery store. And you can't live just off those 3. So it forced me to start looking for other fruits, to search for different locations to find more produce. And then I found a large variety of types I've never eaten before as a kid. Also, the quality of the produce was much better. So when I get together with friends and family and I bring my own fruits, it's extremely tasty to them. And I often get the response, I've never tasted such a good orange, pineapple, apricot, figs, whatever fruit I bring that day. So by real fruits, I mean the comparison between conventional produce and the produce you can find in the farmer's market, locally grown or organic, or even the export quality level. There are lots of things that affect the quality of the fruits. In the conventional produce, there's a chemical intervention. They use many types of pesticides. Also, the soils are deprived of nutrients. Oftentimes there are GMOs. Another thing is that those fruits often get picked from the trees ahead of time, and then they are stored in freezers for a few months or a year even, before they get to the shelves in the stores. All these processes affect the taste and the texture of the fruits. To me, conventional produce is often tasteless or tastes like plastic. You can immediately tell the difference in the quality of the fruits. The problem is, you can't really explain this to people other than get them to try the real thing. So some places to look for high quality fruits can be the farmer's market, it can be wholesale produce market. You can also organize a group buy straight from the farmers in your area, or find fruits and veggies stores that are not inside the big brand grocery stores. Where I live, there are a few businesses that actually collect many different types of fruits and vegetables from various local farmers. And every week there's a selection of products you can choose from on the website. You can pay online and you can go pick your produce or get it shipped to your house. So it doesn't go through the middleman, and you buy fresh produce that got picked just 1 or 2 days ago. Number 2, taste buds. Processed foods are addictive and are literally numbing our taste buds. They are full of very strong and concentrated taste with all the salt, sugar, oils and other artificial sweeteners in it. And what eventually happens is that the taste of a simple fruit just doesn't give them that level of satisfaction or release of dopamine in the brain. On our tongue, we have different types of taste bud cells. The lifespan of those different cells ranges from 2 days to about 3 weeks. This means that if we change our diet and avoid those addictive foods for a couple of weeks, we can actually retrain our taste buds. We can start exposing them to healthier foods. Of course, it takes this adjustment time, which is the hardest, and not everyone wants to go through the process. But once you're past that, it is much easier to notice a difference. Number 3, eating unripe fruits. I realize that many people don't know how to tell if a fruit is ripe or not. When the fruit is ripe and ready to be eaten, it has the best taste there is. If you eat fruits that are not ripe or not completely ripe, it is oftentimes not sweet, maybe even sour or bitter. Sometimes it even creates this annoying burning or tingling feeling on your teeth or tongue, like in the case of pineapple or citrus fruits. So each fruit has its unique properties that show you it's ready to be eaten. Some of them change color, some create spots on them, some change their texture and become soft, and most of them create a strong sweet smell, and this is on purpose to attract the creatures to eat them in order to help the tree spread its seeds. So learning when fruits are actually ripe is the key here. You know, I might make a video on that. I don't know, it's just basic skills that no one taught us as kids. Number 4, not eating a produce that is in season. In many places these days, you can see oranges in the summer or watermelons in the winter. With the technologies we have today, we can change the genes inside the fruits to be able to grow in different conditions than what is usually needed in nature. Also, we can put fruits in freezers, those cold storage rooms, and spray them with chemicals and hormones to delay their ripening so that they have a longer shelf life and so that the stores can supply them throughout the year. Many people try to eat fruits that are not in season and they don't understand why the fruits taste bad or not as good as it really can be. And number 5, the mindset and how people treat fruits in general. For many people, it's just an optional dessert after a meal or a healthy snack that you eat when you're on a diet. So they don't consider it food or an actual meal. It's like something you eat in between meals. And when they do eat fruits, they think it has a lot of sugar, so they only eat 1 or 2 pieces. I actually made a video on on the sugar in fruits. If you haven't watched it already, I'll leave a link below. But that's the biggest thing here, because we are born into a world where the produce section in the grocery store is so small compared to the long aisles of processed foods. And that's kind of what makes us, we're taught to consider as food. And these foods didn't exist 100 years ago. So what helped me to do this mindset shift was to read, to watch lectures, to watch videos and educate myself about what we're actually designed to eat. And I'll also leave some recommended resources and links in the description, so if you want to learn more about that, you can go ahead and find it below. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video.